This video is brought to you by the 3-Minute Board Game patrons. Keep us independent by supporting us on Patreon. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Slay the Spire in about 3 minutes. Review copy used. It has a solo mode, it's a game for 1 to 4 players, playing time is very long, and it's a pretty complex game. You are a group of desperate heroes climbing the many steps of the spire to defeat the evil within. Can you master your talents and emerge triumphant? The game is played over 3 acts, with each act requiring you to advance down a path to a boss fight. You win if you beat the 3rd boss. Or do you? Haven't you done this before? The game ends in a loss if any player runs out of health. Campaign. You can unlock additional cards and encounters. Variable player powers. Each of the 4 characters is unique and has unique cards. Deck building. You start with a set of basic cards and will add more throughout the game. Player turn. Each player chooses one of the 4 characters and takes their grey bordered starter cards, as well as decks of upgrade and rare cards. Then draw a blessing card and gain the benefits on it. Place the tokens on the Act 1 board and place the boot here. You will resolve the action beside the boot and then choose a path to follow up the spire, repeating that process until you reach the boss. This symbol means you draw an event card, resolve it and then proceed. Some will have decisions the group or individuals have to make. Here you can rest and either regain 3 health points or upgrade a card, taking it out of its sleeve and turning it on its side with the green title text. This is the market, where there will be 3 relics and 3 potions you can buy. You can also pay 3 coins to permanently remove a card from your deck. Each player draws 3 cards from their upgrade deck and can buy them based on the color here. Most locations have encounters. Here you will draw 1 encounter card per player, then check to see if that card has any summons. Then grab its matching summons. Each player then places their miniature and takes on one of these rows. Each player draws 5 cards and then you roll this die once. Many of your opponents will have randomized behavior, and these rolls determine that. It also triggers some relics, giving the red player an extra energy this turn. You'll normally have 3 energy per turn, and each card costs the amount in its top left. Here the green player will pay 3 1-cost cards, gaining 1 shield and doing 2 damage. The first damage hits the louse, but it has a special ability to gain shields when hit, so the second damage goes on the cultist. Players can act simultaneously or in any order. Here the red player plays a shockwave. This card targets every enemy in a row. It puts a vulnerable and a weak token on them. This card is then exhausted, which means it won't come back this combat. The next card costs 0 and gives a strength token, and the final card is an attack, which does 6 damage, but because this cultist has a vulnerable token, it takes 12 damage and is removed. Once all players have played their cards, the enemies attack. Weak tokens reduce attack strength. Bosses and most elite enemies work differently, having lots of health and attacks that target everyone. When you gain shields, track them here, and when you get hit, reduce shields first and then take damage to health. Every battle you win grants rewards, such as new cards and relics. Why would you like this game? The computer game of Slay the Spire is a massive hit and yours truly has played it quite a lot. The board game does an amazing job of adapting the game by removing some of the more complex cards, systems and interactions in that game and making it very manageable as a tabletop game. But its single biggest improvement is making it a cooperative game. I've played this with 1, 2 and 3 players and it is much better as a group. My hot take is that this is going to win a ton of solo awards, but it's better with 2 or 3 than 1. The combination of progression, variety, teamwork, and simple core mechanics is a heady mix, and I recommend this to any group who wants a co-op game they can play over and over and over again. The best thing about this game is the genuine sense of progression and the rising challenges as you climb the spire over and over. However, the first few battles are quite dull, and a full run with all 3 acts is a heck of a lot of game, and you'll probably want to break it into sessions. As a result, you can't really have a quick game of Slay the Spire. For a competitive fantasy deck builder, try Tyrants of the Underdark, and for something shorter, try the Legendary series. Slay the Spire, Ascension level game. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the notification button, like, share, and subscribe to the channel.